Hello, welcome back to the Wizard's Den. We are going to be trying a little bit of a revised Black-White Extort. It's going to include these Extort creatures. It's going to include a Lone Missionary just for straight value. The win condition is basically pure Extort, but Marauding Blight Priest also kind of increases the clock. Thriving Inspector's there just for a 1-mana blocker, really, and it allows you to draw a card. Cast Downs for removal, 2 Prismatic Strands for extra protection from some more aggro decks, Suffocating Fumes. We are on 24 lands. It seems to be working because we want all the lands in order to do all the extorts. 1 Siphon Life for endgame potential, 4 Night's Whispers to draw cards, 2 Lone Missionaries in the sideboard, 4 Veteran Hunters, 2 Shields of Duties and Reasons, 3 Chain of Edicts, 2 Duresses, and 2 Free the Swarms to destroy enchantments. So all in all, I feel it's a pretty adequate deck. And I wanna bring it back into something. I don't know how many people we're gonna actually get here on an evening, just because it is a Wednesday evening, and I don't expect there to be too many people in all honesty. So maybe what we'll do instead, let's do a grudge matchup. Alrighty, so welcome back again to the public matchup where we are going to be doing a matchup of Black-White Extort versus Big Green, because I love these decks. Let's see, so I'll draw 7 cards. We unfortunately needed to go do more of a self matchup because Wednesday night there's not a lot of games. We did get one good game though, which was really enjoyable. It was a pretty easy matchup, unfortunately, for our opponent, but I had a great time. So say that what you will. Alright, so let's see. We are playing as the hero, the Extort deck, because I honestly think this is going to have a harder time than the green deck. So let's see what we got. Three-Headed Inspector, Cast Down, Suffocating Fumes, Cynic of Tides. This is a fine hand, and so we will start with the Scoured Baron, because that has no value but to be on the battlefield. Gain us alive. And that was the... And I'll just put this here. Black and white deck. And this is the green deck. Green deck gets second, so it gets to draw a card. It would not keep this hand, because it is 3 lands, Annoyed Altazar, Rancor, and Penumbra Spider. Fine, but not good enough. And not really fine. We need something to do on turn 3, or a good turn 2, or a good turn 3. So let's see. This is a good set, so I will get rid of the Annoyed Altazar. Move to the bottom. I will draw a card now. Rancor, that's not bad. Forest, and the turn. Now it is Extort's turn. They will draw a card. It will not be a card that we can play. So we will Scoured Baron for a Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector, when it enters the battlefield, creates a clue token. And then we will play Secluded Step to get more mana next turn so we can start playing Cynic of Tides. Be a Cynic. Now, green will draw a card. It gets rammed through, which is a great removal spell, which I adore now. It will play a forest, and it will choose to tap to foretell Sorrow's Packmate. Now, this means that it is exiled, actually. And so people just chose to put it like this, though, because it made it a little easier to understand what we were doing. So there it is, and I would like to attach the foretell to that there. Good enough. So I have to pay 2 mana and exile it. That's the foretell ability. And then I can pay a mana and a green to cast it at a later turn. So right now it's in exile. It's not actually on the battlefield. So I'm putting it with the lands. We draw a land. We did not draw a land. But we will start going for value, just kind of to keep up to speed. Lone Missionary actually does more value in terms of the clock. We will play Lone Missionary, gain 4 life, and attack for 1. There are 24 lands in this deck, can you believe that? And there are 21 on this one. Fun facts. 3 mana, I can do nothing but start foretelling. So I'm going to foretell. I will cast my creature who has foretell, and I will put it on the stack. Enters the battlefield. I will draw a card because when it enters the battlefield, I get to draw a card. I have 3 Rancors in my hand. I'm doing this all in my main phase, by the way. And I will cast 1 Rancor don't love how small the screen is, so I'm going to probably fix that. So I'm going to attach that, though, and this becomes a 5-2. I will set power and toughness to 5-2. Oh, I want to invert that. Then increase power, decrease toughness. There you go. Now, I don't love the size of the screen, so I'm actually going to make it a little... we can see what's happening. It's fine by me. So, okay, we're going to keep going. So that is Summoning Sickness because the Jinn has entered the battlefield. So that is what it's just going to sit there for a little bit. I will untap, upkeep, draw. Basilica, Orzhov Basilica. So I can Cynic of Ties, which is probably the right play. I'm going to do that. So, 1, 2... I could Cast Down, which might be the right play. And knowing that Rancor's in hand, it turns out to be the right play, but I am willing to trade into this packmate and see what they are willing to play. Meanwhile, Cynic will get into the battlefield. I will play Orzhov Basilica, return the Secluded Step so I can potentially get rid of it if I just draw into straight lands now, which, wink wink, nudge nudge deck. I will not attack because I'm looking to trade in with the Cyril's packmate. Alright. Green draws another forest! It is time to start going on some beatdowns, probably. We're going to want to play Penumbra Spider to have another creature, especially if they have sacrifice fodder. We're assuming that this deck just hasn't, done some of the sacrifice things. So we will go in for the attack. We will agree to the trade that we made originally. If they want to use a pump spell right now, they are allowed to. I have no pump spell. I do have a ram through, though. Which would just make me really, really want to have cast Rancor. But the power of this is not to be underestimated. Removal, though. I think we're willing to let it happen. Maybe that's a mistake on our behalf, but we're willing to let it happen. So we will deal... Green will deal 3 damage, kill 2 creatures. Their creature will die, and Rancor will be put back in hand. Second main, Green will tap 4 and play a Penumbra Spider, which was very, very big boy. Then untaps, upkeeps, draw. When Orzhov drew Prismatic Strands, which is not great. Suffocating Fumes is helpful, though, and now I have mana up to do a cast down if I want to. The question is, do I instead draw cards? I have a lot of untapped mana in there, but I have a decent amount of tapped mana, too. I think I'd rather make sure I kill whatever is going to be targeted by that cast down. So... holding up something, I can see that. I am obviously going to be wary of that. I will still run into it because I don't have much other options. Targeting Penumbra Spider. I will, in response, cast down the Penumbra Spider, which will create a 2 token, trying to get rid of this thing. Because Rancor is a big, potent threat. It will definitely give me problems. Rancor goes back to hand. And I will Rancor. Oh yeah, that Rancor doesn't go back to hand. That Rancor is discarded because it never enters the battlefield if you destroy the target it was going to enchant. And then it just kind of fizzles and goes straight to the graveyard. Since it's never on the battlefield, which is required, put into the graveyard from the battlefield, the effect doesn't go. So now we will Rancor and we'll attach both of these to the spider. And the spider becomes a 6/4 with trample. Look at that dangerous spider. Let's see. Set annotation. I don't think that'll actually do anything, though. It does not. Okay, so don't worry about that. Now, I can play Tranquil Thicket to get Silver back next turn, which I definitely will do, rather than cycle it. Okay. I draw a card, get a Plains. That's good. So I have 4 mana right now. I think what I need to do is Night's Whisper. I will Night's Whisper, lose 2 life, draw 2 cards. Get planes. Well, that's just disappointing. So I have secluded step cycling available, suffocating food cycling available, and prismatic strands is no longer on the table. Oh, I didn't do the thing. I'm going to do it now because I'm a cheater. I gain 1 life. They lose 1 life because of extort. Now I do have secluded step available. And so I will probably just cycle that at the end of their turn as the Orzhov deck. Green deck will draw a card. It gets a forest. I have 6 mana, which is nice, but not necessary. I will go in for 6/4, and the Orzhov team will not block because it's not profitable for me to block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Second main phase, 5 mana, Silverback Shaman. End of turn. Orzhov will cycle a secluded step, drawing a card. Gets a Barrymore. Well, that's just embarrassing. Barrymore's exactly secluded step for swamps. Okay, this is good. So, unfortunately, Ram Through will absolutely destroy this. Or will it? It will. It will. It will. So I'm going to play like I understand how removal works here. I would probably have just run this out if I was playing by myself. But I understand that green does have removal, and they will probably use it to kill the Blight Priest, so I don't want that to happen. I want to get this in the graveyard so I can protect from damage of green, which is what this does. Deals damage equal to the power to target creature. And so I need that to go off. So I will play... I've already played a Plains. I have 5 mana this turn. Suffocating Fumes is possible. Prismatic Strands is possible. Barrymore Cycling is possible, which I will do Barrymore Cycling right now. Draw a card. Scour Barrens. Probably should have played that instead. I do have enough mana, though, to cast Prismatic Strands and Extort, so that's something. Draw a card. Okay, good. Green draws Migratory Greathorn, which allows me to give a benefit to one of my creatures. I will give that to Silverback because Silverback does not matter to me as much. I could also just cast it, but I want to get more lands out of my deck and guarantee that if I draw a... oh, goodness. Oh, I forget the name of the card. It's the dinosaur. If I draw the dinosaur, I want to be able to cast the dinosaur. So we'll do 3. Migratory Greathorn will be targeting Silverback Shaman as a mutate. I will mutate underneath the Silverback Shaman, so it's still a Silverback Shaman, but now whenever this card mutates, search your library for a basic land type, put that onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Extremely good. Extremely good. Let me triple check that it doesn't change power and toughness. 5-second break. Mutate, changing power and toughness. MTG. Sorry, 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Cycling, yes. Keyword counters, yes. Mutate, okay. Every creature card mutate gives you 2 ways to cast a spell. Somewhat predictable. The first is just cast for its mana cost. Somewhat safe. Reasonable, reliable. When you cast a creature spell for its mutate cost, a few things change about how you cast it. First, you may pay the mutate cost rather than the mana cost. Second, the spell will require a target, specifically a non-human creature you own. As a mutating creature spell resolves, instead of entering the battlefield, it merges its target on one creature. Its controller chooses to put the resolving mutating creature spell on top of the target or underneath it. You'll end up with a pile of cards or tokens, that we'll get to in a second, that will represent a single creature. That creature will have all the characteristics of the top card and will also have the abilities of the cards underneath. For example, let's say you cast Cloud Piercer on Grosstoke Goriok. As a Cloud Piercer resolves, you get to put Cloud Piercer on top, in which ways that triggered ability will define, get to in a second, and Vigilance. If you instead put Cloud Piercer on the bottom, you'll end up with a 2/4 beast with the same suite of abilities. Okay, yeah, okay, got it. Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. So it's a 5/4 trample, plus whenever it mutates, I get to look my library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. View library, land card, battlefield, tapped. Deck is shuffled. Good, good. We will now go in for the thrills, which is not great. It is 11 damage. I will take 11 damage. Which is interesting because now lethal is actually pretty close. So that might be a mistake, but I have to try. So let's see. If I were to do that, it would be 4 damage, not death. Okay, so that's good. It was not a complete mistake. Do I want 6 mana? I do want 6 mana. And in fact, I just lost the game. You lost the game! Marauding Blightpriest. With 3 mana available. I will not cast Extort because it will not help me. I will instead hold up Prismatic Strands so that next turn I can activate that. But here's the kicker. End of turn. End of turn on my turn. Forest, ram through, targeting, spider, targeting, Marauding Blightpriest. That is going to be 3 damage. I don't want the Blightpriest to die. So, but I have to, because if I don't, Prismatic Strands will absolutely just... I can't use it. Oh, I can use it. That's true. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Used. Protection. Good. Okay. No damage dealt. No lethal damage. Let's see. Well, it doesn't matter. All damage would be prevented. So, that did not happen at the end of turn. Now, on their turn, green gets a Llanowar Visionary, which is great. They will play that to draw a card. Get a forest. Not great. They won't play the forest. Make it secret. Make it safe. They will swing in. We will cast Prismatic Strands from the graveyard to prevent damage. And that will essentially be that turn. Now, it is finally Orzhov's turn to start going off. They will do Scoured Barrens, gain a life. They have 6 mana available, but not a lot of options here. Suffocating Fumes might be the best play. And I can kill things with this, so that's probably exactly the right play. Now, I could choose to extort when I do that, and I can extort this here, which is the Basilica Guard. So let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, that will murder it. 1, 2, that'll murder it. 1, 2, I take 5 damage, I don't die. If they have any pump spell, I die. Basilica Guard will allow me to chump block a lot better, but I don't start gaining life. But I think life is crucial at this point, especially because I don't have a way to really, how you say, I don't really have a way to stop a ram through again. And if I know they have ram through, I should definitely protect against ram through. Forest, play a forest. I see what's coming here, but I need to go in for the thrills. Also, I don't mind if these creatures die. I will keep Llanowar back, though, because I don't feel that's necessary, and he'll get blocked easily and profitably. But these will allow my Silverback to block. So let's look at the blocks, and then I'll do some attack math. So we block here, block here, block here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7 damage, so that's death. So they have to do this. That's murder. Or better yet, this. That's murder. So Marauding Blightpriest and Basilica Guards block there. And that'll stop that. Then we'll block... Well, I can take 5, though. So I did this. I have to block that. Well, I don't have... Yeah, I do have to. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's kind of where we're at. Okay, so that's what we would do. Blockers phase. 1, 2, 3. Suffocating Fumes. All these creatures get -1, -1. So shift, 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 shift. I would like to decrease power and toughness. I swapped it instead. I would like to decrease power and toughness. There we go. Alright, that's sad. So now, I didn't get to do an extort, but this is key, so we will... Nope. We will block. We will block. We will block. So it's a full-on trade fest. So, which is actually not going to look very good for the extort deck. So they do have enough damage to kill both the Basilica Guard and the Snake of Ties. So that's going to happen. Not enough damage to trample. Wait, they can't kill it. Okay, so they will kill the Basilica Guard instead, leave the Snake of Ties. So not enough damage there, but that does die. Rancors do go back in hand. Here, enough damage to kill. That's 2 extra damage for lethal. For Marauding Blight Priest goes under. And Silverback Shaman goes under. Silverback draws a card for its effect. And then Llanowar Visionary goes under. Greater Migratory Greathorn goes under because it was attached to Silverback. And that is their turn. Now, we've already played a land this turn. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Lead the Stampede. Veil top cards of library just because I can look at them, but you're going to see them anyway. Sakura, Silver, Forest, Forest, lead. Okay, not our greatest hand, but not awful by any stretch of the imagination. Move to bottom. Random order. I'll take those. And I'll put lead the Stampede in the graveyard. I have 5 mana. I will tap and play Silverback Shaman. And that is Green's turn. So, still not looking great for our hero, but we're trying. Draw a card. Drew a swamp. Okay, so we will tap 2. Sacrifice a clue. Draw a card. Marauding Blight Priest. Not awful. Not great. But good enough to start blocking. So 1, 2. And that will create a clue token. Gain a life. For Orzhov, Green loses a life. We have 3 mana open, enough to play a Marauding Blight Priest. Have I played a land this turn? I have not played a land this turn, so we will sack a clue again, draw a card. Basilica Screecher. Yep, I kind of got a Basilica Screecher for no inherent value, but at least it's on the field. And now Green is about to stop. Okay, so they do that, and then they do this, and they Rancor up. Silverback Gorilla with 3 Rancors, not 1, not 2, but 3 Rancors. And the worst part is it won't even attach that many Rancors. It's like, no one would ever have that many Rancors. You're crazy? No one would have 3 enchantments on something. It's not a thing Magic players do. They're more reasonable than that. It does work. Never mind. I'm a liar and a cheat. Alright, so let's set the power and toughness to the glorious and wonderful 11-4. Yeah. And Rancor's not a busted spell. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can block 8. Which will allow me to have 3 damage, which is acceptable. Acceptable! 1, 2, 3. That definitely kills it. They draw another card, and I hope they get nothing. But I knew they had something, so that was a foolish move. Sadly, the creature was already dead, otherwise we'd ram through with it. But I will play 2 to get the Sakura on the field, and then tap 3. I'll tap 2 to get Rancor on it, because actually if they play a creature now, I can kill them, and you get to see the beautiful, beautiful way this works. So attach card to that, attach card to that, and I would like to attach card to that. There we go. And this is now a 5/1 with trample. Not a broken card at all. Not a broken card at all. What are you saying, broken card? What are you saying? What are you saying? Alright, there we go. Draw. Play Scoured Barons. We'll gain 1 life. And we will, like a fool, we'll play a Marauding Blight Priest. Well, actually, first we'll draw a card. Swamp, so we cry. Play a drawing Marauding Blight Priest. End of turn. Forests. Ram through. Targeting Sakura Tribe Belt. Targeting Marauding Blight Priest. Ram through does damage equal to 5 power to Marauding Blight Priest. Because of Rancor, Marauding Sakura Tribe Elder has Trample. So now the excess damage is dealt to the opponent. 2 damage is lethal. 3 damage is to my face and lethal to me. And that's exactly how Ram Through works. Woo! Not bad. Not bad. Alright, so let's look at sideboard tech. So for this deck, for our lovely, lovely hero, the Extort deck, we want to bring in more Lone Missionaries to gain more life. Circle Protection Green, which will stop that cold. Feed the Swarm, more removal is important. Chainer's Edict seems pretty good against that deck. It's a lot of big creatures mostly. Duress, not really necessary, it's mostly creatures. Veteran's Armor is not that good. So what do we cut down? We'll take out the Prismatic Strands, they're just unfortunately a little too slow. I will take out Basilica Screecher, it's just a little too weak. Leaves me 2 cards to get rid of. I will get rid of a endgame win condition Siphon Life. I kind of just got to get through this. Suffocating Fumes was good. I will cut myself a land then because I'm cutting out so many. I'll cut 2 lands. I'll cut 2 lands because I really cut myself on those. I might just want to put in Veteran Armor instead. Toughness boost is not great against most of them, but it can't hurt. It can hurt. It can really hurt. Alright, we'll keep the Basilica Creatures out. They're just too slow. Okay. Meanwhile, green, what is the matchup here? Blastoderms aren't bad against them, so I'd be willing to bring those in. Penumbra Spiders are very good against them. Pulsar Mass is good against them for returning creatures. Return to Nature is not so important. The graveyard doesn't seem a big issue. I'm not too worried about killing them. They're so slow. So, I mean, I want to kill them. Don't get me wrong. I want to murder, but not as big of an issue as I thought. So, Bonder's Ornament. I think I'm just going to go for the pure aggression there. I will cut an Annoyed Altazar, a Migratory Grey Porn. Is Blastoderm really what I need? Yes, it is. Blastoderm is absolutely good. So if we're going pure aggression, then we kind of want to cut the Annoyed Altazars and the Migratory Great Horns because we're not going as much at ramp. I could cut the Llanowar Visionaries, and I think that actually is what I'm going to do. I want to get to the Annoyed Altazar still, but I don't really need to worry about them as much. I'm going just for pure aggression. Alright, let's go. Let's see. Alright, so Orzhov lost. They will go first. Round 2. Alright, this is weak as heck, and it doesn't actually have a playable land. Because if you keep playing the Orzhov Basilica, it must bounce a land, and there's a battlefield tap, so it bounces itself. And it bounces itself. Not great for our hero. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I have 23 lands in this deck, can you believe it? There we go, that's better. I will... It's not great, I don't love it, but it does have a Chainer's Edict, and it does have Knight's Whispers, and I'm actually going to get rid of the Blood Priest, because I don't think it's quick enough for what we need to do. Well, maybe that was a mistake. Mistakes were made to be made. Were meant to be made. Scoured Barons, gain a life, move to the end step. And that was for the Orzhov deck. Now, for the green deck, will this be keepable? No. Way too slow. Shuffle. Draw 7. This is still pretty hot garbage. I don't want to mulligan to 5, but I might have to. I'm on the draw, but I have no real interaction. Nah, not good. But now we do the curious test. Bad, bad, bad. Okay, really bad. No, this would have been a horrible hand. Moving to graveyard, shuffle, draw, library, graveyard, same thing. This is much more keepable. Unfortunately, it is going to be hard to play, but I do need to do it. So move to bottom random order, move to bottom and bottom and random order. And we will draw a card for the start turn. We have enough for Blastoderm mana, so good. Tap that for sauce factor, but you would never do that. Even though green, what are you doing with green? Okay, so we are going to Night's Whisper now because we want to make sure we get good playable cards. Okay, Basilica Guard. We can play that on turn 3. Or we could Night's Whisper with Raven Inspector. Also an option, but I kind of want Basilica Guards to get some blockers up on the field. Okay, Forest. Pass the turn. Real slow start for the hero of the Big Green. Circle Protection Green, that is exactly what we're looking for. And I probably need to bring more enchantment removal, but I do have 2 enchantment removals in here that also double up as creature removals in those Feed the Swarm, so that's good. I will Basilica Guard, and I will pass the turn. Now, green has drawn all the forests, like they do, and it will lead some Stampedes, which will have no more forests. We'll lead the Stampedes. Okay, Annoyed Altazar, that's good. Gorilla Shaman and Gorilla Shaman. Not horrible, not good, but we really are getting off on the tempo that we want to do. So let's see. Bottom of library. That was good. No spell. No creatures yet. And I know what they have. They have a Silverback Shaman and 2 Silverback Shamans and an Annoyed Altazar. I will not use Basilica Guard in the way I intended. Instead, I will try to get more lands by Night's Whispering without value, because I want to be able to get value with my Raven Inspector if possible, except I tap that badly. Pretend I tap that well. There we go. Lose 2 life, do that again, and then I will tap the Raven Inspector, extort trigger, pay 1 extra to gain a life, make them lose a life, the Raven Inspector, and the turn. Now, green is about to go into the zone. So it's going to use its pure aggression that it needed, which is ironically going to fail horribly. Blastoderm. Blastoderm enters the battlefield with 3 Fade counters. If you cannot remove a Fade counter, it is sacrificed. At the beginning of your upkeep, you remove a Fade counter. So this thing can swing 3 times. Untap, upkeep draw for Orzhov. And okay, Marauding Blight Priest, which will add some good tempo. I'm not seeing removal. Circle Protecting Green isn't quite necessary yet, but I do want to I do want to Chainer's Edict that right now. I'm going to Chainer's Edict that right now. And I will Cynic of Ties. So first and foremost, with Chainer's Edict, targeting opponent. Opponent must sacrifice Blastoderm. Opponent cries. I will now tap 2 to play Cynic of Ties. And I will attack with Raven Inspector because I can't with Basilica Guards because it has Defender, which means it can't attack. Then we pass that. And now it is green's turn again. Alright, they have 5 mana, which is enough to play a Silverback Shaman, which will be happy to die any day of the week because it draws cards. And it's still a 5/4 to boot. So, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I can't do the Obama face. Seriously, there are more lands in the Orzhov deck than the green deck, and I've drawn more cards. What is happening? Okay, so that's not great. I mean, it's fine, but it's not really what we're looking for. So instead, I am going to allow some damage to happen by... Yeah, I'm going to Marauding Blight Priest with 1 Extort on the stack. So, Marauding Blight Priest, 1 Extort. We'll call it the Basilicus Extort. I'll gain 1. They'll lose 1. I have a Blight Priest. Not bad. And it'll be very good next turn, assuming no removal spells are drawn. No removal spells. No removal spells. Okay, so I don't want to play the... I mean, I could play the Forest. Maybe I do play the Forest. I probably play the Forest. I don't want to play the Forest because I want to be able to Tranquil Thing. I don't want to be able to make sure I hit my land drops, but I already hit the land drops for the Annoyed Altazar, so I'm fine with that. I am going to start attacking. They will not do anything because they don't want to lose life. And now I've chosen to switch sides. I'm officially part of the Stompy team again. No. Orzhov. Okay, so focus. Smack for 4. Not great. They will now... Well, first they're actually going to cycle because they want to try to kill that Marauding Blight Priest really quickly. Tranquil Target cycle, draw a card, draw another forest. Dang, all these forests. Tap 4 forests, Silverback, Shaman. Now we have more Silverbacks to do Silverback things. And now they start to go off in their own way. So, Scoured Barons will make me gain 1 life. Because of Marauding Blight Priest, they will lose 1 life. Then I will... Yeah, I want to leave mana up for that to be a thing. So instead of doing the horrible thing, I will play the Lone Missionary, which when I do that, I will extort twice. So the extort triggers go on the stack. Extort 1 resolves. I gain a life, they lose a life. Then they lose another life because of Blight Priest. The second extort trigger resolves. I gain a life, they lose a life. Then a second extort life is lost because of Marauding Blight Priest. Then Lone Missionary in his battlefield, I gain 4 life. They lose 1 life, because it's whenever you gain life, not for each life you gained. They lose life. I effectively did... How much damage to them this turn? I think... 6 damage? There's 17. Yep, 6 damage. Not bad. Not bad. This deck does its stuff. Draw a card. Okay, so now they have 7 mana. They are going to main phase Annoyed Altazar, because there are good cards in the deck that I'd be happy to draw. Not so much the X. The XL will be fine, because then I can get rid of Chainer's Edict, so we'll see. Forest is not a spell. Blastoderm is a spell. So this goes back at the library in any order. Now, Blastoderm resolves first, and I get 3 Fade counters on it. Then Annoyed Altazar in his battlefield. I should have done that the second main, and I would have. Now we're going in for the thrills. So we deal 10 damage, because I'm not going to block that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're squaresies. We're twinsies. The damage of the green is still quite huge, so it's a concern. Let's have a draw. Lone Missionary is good. I think Circle of Protection without Extort might be it. No, we want 1 Extort, so I can do 2 blocks. You do 3 blocks. And its damage to me is the smart thing. So it's not damage to a creature. So if a creature blocks, it's going down. I can start blocking extremely profitably, though. So we will Circle of Protection. I can gain 4 life, and then... No, I can just gain 4 life. Which really isn't what I want to do. I'd rather gain 5 lives. So we're just going to cast that and then start using Circle Protection. We'll Rancor. I can't Rancor Blastodrome because it has Shroud. So they will go in for the attacks. I will activate 3 times. Did I get... I don't think I got a clue for this one. Pretty sure I've already done a clue. I might not have. I'm getting a clue. I'm losing. So I believe I deserved a clue. Anyway, Fade counter also happened, so sorry. Backing up. Okay, so back to what we were doing when I need to create the clue token. So, beginning of upkeep, Blastoderm removes a -1/-1, a fade counter from it. And now it is it's got a couple more turns before it's gone. So we are going to swing in with everyone. And Circle Protection will activate 3 times, targeting Annoyed Altazar, Silverback Shaman, and Blastoderm, because it actually can target Blastoderm, but it won't actually, because I will choose to chump block with a Thraben Inspector. So Circle Protection can target Shroud or Hexproof creatures because it's choice, not target. That's the wonderful news. Okay, so we will chump block with Thraben Inspector. 1, 2, 3. So I block the rest. That dies. I take no damage, and it is now my turn. Okay, so Scoured Baron. 1 life gained, 1 life lost. That's 6 mana. Activation 4 times would be best, which leaves no mana to do elsewise, but I can do 3 times and cast down, but then I cannot. Oh, I can swing. This deck actually doesn't typically swing. It's not. Oh, I can't swing because I forgot the end step of the other opponent. Backing up, backing up, backing up, backing up. Second main phase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put number spider. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put number spider. Still not looking good for the hero. Okay, so that's going to add more aggression, and that's definitely going to change how things work. So, untap, upkeep, draw. Already drew Scour Burns. Yep, we did that Scour Burns. So Scour Burns is tapped. Second main. They've already lost life. We've gained a life. 5 mana will block a lot of these, and I can chump block 1, but they're definitely winning parts of this race, unfortunately. So let's see. The question is, how much can we take and how much dose we deal? Because we kind of have to play the attrition game here. So if I cast down the Altazor, or whatever they choose to target with the Rancor, but probably the Altazor, they'll target that, and that's fine. Then I can gain 2 life, and then I can only activate once. So if I do that, I gain 2 life, which allows them. Yeah, I think I actually just have to Lone Missionary without the ability, or maybe do it once. 1 ability. Okay. Nah, I want the Circle Protection. We will Lone Missionary, gain 4 life. They will lose 1 life. Down to 9. Suffocating Fume. And I can still extort 1, which will let me gain 1 life. They'll lose 1 life. And I can destroy a creature, which I think is the right move. So untap, upkeep, draw, ram through. That's exactly what we need. Okay, so we have to be smart. So instead of just running it out, we're going to Rancor. Target. Oh yeah, Blastoderm loses a counter. It's got 1 more turn on this field. Rancor will choose to target. Number Spider is not a bad idea. But the Silverbacks. No, Penumbra Spider, because that's just straight value. I'd rather get that than the other thing. So 1 Penumbra Spider. We're going to target that. I will choose not to cast that down because 4/4 is not as concerning. My Lone Missionaries are ready to block. Chump block. So let's see. We'll go to combat. And Silverbacks. Because Silverbacks will go in. Annoyed Altazar will go in. Penumbra Spider will go in. I'm even willing to do that. Nah, I need to stay back and block. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that because ram through will likely be able to get me out where I need to go. So there will be 1, 2, 3 that blocks those. I can block this. I can take 4, which I don't hate at all. One, 2, 3, 4. 1 block. So I blocked one of the Blastoderms. I took 4 damage from the Penumbra Spider, and I nullified 4 damage from the Annoyed Altasaur and Silverback. Not 4 damage. 16 damage. Yeah. That's a good. Okay, so I don't really know what the end game here is, if I'm being frank and honest. Okay, an Ashbrand's not bad. So I could, in theory, cast my Chanter's Edict, but that'd be silly. So we can shrink things and make them gain life. The question is, can I win now? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No, I can't win. But I can gain life and still have 3 circle protections available. So cast down, targeting Annoyed Altazar, extorting twice. So that is extort trigger resolves first. Gain 1 life. You lose 1 life. You lose life additionally from Marauding Bite Priest. And then we do it again. And I could go in, but that'd be not in my favor. So protection next. Yes, okay. Oh, end step. Okay, so end step. Well, this actually, they probably do it on the stack. Yeah, it'd be the smart play. See, I don't understand the smart play. So we cast down, we activate the ability. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast down, force. Annoyed Altazar. Marauding Blight Priest. And I do that just for the additional damage. It might be smarter to do a Silverback, but I do it for the additional damage. So, I have no effects that can stop that. I can make it smaller, but it doesn't really save me. So, I could prevent 4 of the damage, but that won't do me much good. So, Annoyed Altasar's effect goes first. So that is, well, Ramthur's effect goes first. So, 6 damage here. 4 remaining damage goes to the face. Then that is resolved. Marauding Blight Priest is killed. Cast down still resolves. I gain 2 life. They lose 2 life. That's that. I need those remaining to survive. Oh, Annoyed Altazar is gone, by the way. And then untap, upkeep, draw. Silverback Shaman. So I will also remove the last counter from here, but it is not. I'm still able to remove it, and so it still exists. So now we attack. We will still keep blockers back to prevent from death. 1, 2, 3. And I will block 1. And that is no damage. Except, well, it's damage to that. Yeah, that does. I will cast 5, Silverback Shaman, and pass the turn. Nope, our hero's pretty much out. Cast down is helpful, though. And this is going to die on the next turn. Silverback's annoying. Probably just going to kill it then. I will. I'll keep it up. Because I've already played a land the turn, so it doesn't matter to me. And now I can still blink all of this damage, which is crucial. So I can stall for time. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, Blastoderm's gone. It can't do its thing anymore. I will attack with Penumbra, which makes him do 4, which is not the end of the world for them. Make them do 5, but they wouldn't care. They'll just chump block. So yeah, that's it. That's 4. Then end turn. Sacrifice a clue, draw a card. The tables are turning. Oh yeah, sorry. End step boogie. Penumbra Spider. Number 3. 3 Silverbacks, 3 Penumbras. Not bad. Untaps, upkeeps, draw. Plains, okay. Play a Plains. 1, 2, 3. I have 5 open, which is good enough to survive. But I do want to do one more. Just to be dangerous. I'm being very dangerous right here. Basilica Guard. Gain 1 life. They lose a life. Stupid, stupid, stupid play. I'm doing it anyway, though. Makes the game more interesting. Okay, Secure Tribe Elder is not great, so we'll go for the attack still. 1, 2, 3, 4. These would easily just be chump blocked, so this is a fine option. They will 1, 2, 3, 4. Block the whole thing. Secure Tribe Elder, I'll use that to sack at end of turn to make sure that I get what I want, and then it also prevents some sack fodder, but the penumbra spiders are preventing the sack fodder, really. Okay, so then we untap. Upkeep, draw. Cynic of Ties, good. I want 4 mana open, so I will do this. Cynic of Tithes. Extorting twice, we'll use the Basilica Guards because I wanna. 1, 2. Yeah, and if these survive... In fact, I'm going to do it one more time, and this time it is intentional. Because if I can cast a cast down successfully, next turn, even if they kill one of the creatures, I win. Untaps, upkeeps, draw. Okay, get a ram through. That is crucial. So ram through will prevent damage to me, but not to them. So ram through, actually, I think just won the game. Well, didn't win the game, but it did a very good job at what it needed to do. Should have gotten rid of the Sakura Tribe Elder, by the way. Mistakes were made. We need these to block. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Targeting this each time. Now that I see that there's no effects going on, I will ram through with a Gorilla Shaman. Get rid of that. Targeting a Basilica Guard, just because those blockers are annoying. Yeah, that might not be the right move. Maybe Cynic of Ties. Which is better for me? Do I want to destroy the one that can attack, or do I want to destroy the one that is more blocking? I think probably the one that can attack, because that's the bigger threat right now. We'll do that. No effects, because Orzhov is tapped out. Then 3 additional damage will be dealt. Ram through, we'll do that. These creatures will not be blocked, but they are prevented from circle protection damage. And that is the end of Green's turn, leading us to Orzhov's turn, where they just straight win the game. They did it. I cannot believe it. And for just bragging rights, they will do it with a Cynic of Tides. And they will do 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's extorting for you. Can't believe that actually worked. I was really hoping to be done because it's getting a little late for me. But game 3. Hello. How you doing? Welcome, friend. We're playing a little Orzhov Extort versus Big Green Stompy. Kind of B-tier decks all around, honestly. The Orzhov Extort's more of a B- tier, but it does do what it needs to do. Alright, so let's see. Concede. Okay, so let's see. Blastoderms did kind of do what we wanted them to do. They lost pretty bad, unfortunately, to the Chainer's Edicts. But I think they're still fine. Is there anything I'd rather have? An Annoyed Altazar, that's true. So we take out a Blastoderm for an Annoyed Altazar. If we're going back this route, maybe we take out... We keep the Penumbra Spiders for sure. But maybe we put in another Llanowar Visionary. Take out another Annoyed Altazar. Blastoderm, though, it did such good work. Nah, it kept getting blocked. It kept getting chump blocked. No. True control would be more where it wants us to be. So we'll get in the Llanowar Visionaries again. And kind of want an epic confrontation to deal more confrontational things. Yeah, that should be fine. Epic Confrontation, Pulse of Marassus still seem like a good deal. Okay, so this deck, Orzhov, the Circle Protection is crucial. I am getting worried about that. And yes, that's actually one thing that's definitely going to happen. So Return to Natures are coming in. So, for Return to Natures, an artifact or enchantment, it's really just for the enchantment. It can technically destroy some artifacts. It can remove some things from the graveyard, but I just really need to make sure that enchantment does not exist. So how do we do that then? I guess we cut the Visionaries again. Visionaries are not so visionary anymore. The Penumbra Spiders are too crucial for the matchup. Secure Tribes get us a good ramp. Packmate I haven't seen in the whole matchup, but they're great. Their aggro's unbelievable. Silverback Shamans, all stars. Rancors are very good at getting the damage in. I'm at 19 creatures right now. Taking out a lot of creatures for this. If we're taking out so many creatures, I think we need to take out another. I need to put something back in. So let's put in a Migratory Greathorn. Nah, put in a Llanowar Visionary. Anything else? Maybe take out Lead the Stampede because we have more creatures. I mean, less creatures. Put in a Llanowar Visionary again. Gives us that ramp. That feels okay. So we took out. We only have two. Maybe I want even less Lead the Stampedes. I'll put in a Migratory Greathorn for that one. Alright, so we took out. We only have two Lead the Stampedes because we have way more. Nah, I'm taking them all out. I'm taking all out the Lead the Stampedes and putting in all the Llanowar Visionaries and Kartra instead. The reason being is that we have officially added 7 non-creature spells. And we've taken out, of course, creatures to do that. So, and some Bonders Ornaments. So it's really kind of weakening that kind of draw. This one then, Duress would be crucial. Would I know that, though? They didn't show any creatures or removal spells, and honestly, this deck would probably be better off running Wickerbow Elder. You could run the Gauntlet and hope that it works, but it mostly just had Rancors, which are the big concern, as well as Ram-Throughs, and Ram-Throughs can be an instant response, so no, not worth it. We will continue as we have. Prismatic Sands still too slow. Suffocating Fumes, though, is pretty slow, actually, and it doesn't really do the job we wanted it to do. Might not be the right matchup for this one. So, what do we put back in? Basilica Guards? They're so weak. Maybe Duresses, actually. Nah, there's no reason to put Duresses in this matchup. I'll put back in the Plains. Keep in the Circle Protection, and nah. Basilica Shriekers are too slow. I will bring in some Veteran Armors, though, just because I kind of like their stats. They might not be something that I want to keep in this deck, but I am enjoying them for the moment. Okay, let's get it going. Alrighty, so the last match of the... That's the last round of the 3 match. So we're going Orzhov Extort versus Big Midrange Green. Midrange just lost, so they get to go first. Midrange has a terrible hand. It's not going to get to cast anything until turn 2 or 3 no matter what, but this is pretty terrible. Llanowar Visionary with a single land. Nope. And I have 21 lands in there, and I get much better land draws than that. So let's try again. We have 8 2-drops. That's better. Okay. This is entirely keepable. The question is, do I have to get rid of the Ram-Through or the Penumbra Spider? Or the Rancor, but I'm not getting rid of the Rancor because then Ram-Through. Well, Ram-Through still has the power. Maybe Rancor actually is the call. I'm getting rid of Rancor. Bottom library. Okay, so Forced, tap for Swag, and pass to Orzhov. So let's get some indicators up here again. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. No lands. Pitching it. Shuffle, shuffle. Draw cards. Infinitely more keepable. Still don't love it. And honestly, do I need to get rid of the Marauding Bright Priest and just focus more on control? Probably. Okay, I'm taking note here. Get rid of the Marauding Bright Priest in matchups where it's... That's the whole point of the deck, though. I'm going to keep him in. I'm lame. until someone yells at me, you're welcome to yell at me anytime, I am going to keep them in. So, Scour Barons, gain a life. Oh, also draw a card. Yep, that's still the right play. Okay. And then it is Big Greens, draw a card to get Ram through. Now I feel silly about keeping the Ram through. But you never knew, and you need that removal to get rid of those big annoying Blight Priests. So there is the Blight Priest again. I kind of want to have 3 drops ready. But I also want to draw cards, and I can draw untapped sources of mana. Lose 2 life. Night's Whisper. Draw 2 cards. Gain 2 untapped lands. See what I'm talking about? That's hedging your bets. Could have gone horribly. Alright, so Cerul's Packmate is finally here. So we'll be able to play that soon. But for now, we are going to play into the Visionary because it can be played immediately, draws us the card immediately, and can ramp us into even just playing Cerul's Packmate blatantly as a 3/3. Which I won't do because I'm hedging my bets against Chainer's Edict, so Penumbra is going on the field next turn. Okay, I get a Lone Missionary. I had to discard the hand size? Chat, you gotta tell me when I'm cheating. Okay, so I had to discard the hand size last turn, apparently. So I would have discarded probably the Scoured Barons or the Blight Priest. Probably the Blight Priest. The Blight Priest. I love the... but look at... No. I have 2 Blight Priests now. Now you get to see the power of the Blight Priest. Until the Ram through stops it. I made mistakes. Should have kept the Prismatic Strands there. You never know! Okay, so, but moving on. I will get rid of... Yeah, the Sky Barons would have been one. As good as it would have been with the Blight Priest, it's a little too slow. Okay, drew a card. 8 cards now. I will play a Blight Priest. Nah, I'll play a Blight Priest because it's just the most efficient use of mana. It's not a Blight Priest. And we will untap. For green, upkeep and draw. We did not get what we needed, but we will absolutely start protecting my Llanowar Elves against Edict effects. So Penumbra Spider, which when it dies, creates a 2/4 black spider creature token with reach. I'm sure we'll see it soon enough. Okay, now we have a Night's Whisper. So now we can start doing fancy things. And they haven't killed our creature, so we are going to assume they don't have the kill effects. Keeping up Cast Down, though, as a response for the Ram Through would be smart. And I'm going to start thinking that way because I'm not completely moronic. We will play a Cynic of Tides and keep up the Cast Down. Then we can start doing effects if I get more lands. Which, if not, I'm just going to Night's Whisper next turn. Untaps. Upkeeps. Draw. Okay, Tranquil Thicket is a fine land to play. So, first and foremost, though, we will Cerul's Packmate, see if I can get a different land. I did not get a different land, so we're going to play the Tranquil Thicket. We're not going to attack. Even though it'd be a fine trade, I do want to hold on the defensive, because this is a fine... Yeah, I don't want to hold... I don't want to hold the defensive. I'm the aggro. Now I'm learning. So I'm the aggro. Them trading a Cynic of Tides or Marty Red Place would be good. And I forget who I am. I am Orzhov. I'm not green right now. So, swinging in though still. 1/2. Attacks, blocks. No one's blocking. Then end turn, second main. They got the 4 mana, which is concerning to me. Cast down? No, I want to save cast down until absolutely necessary. Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Okay. Hit that. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I'm going to be nasty. Nasty. Marauding Blight Priest. What we're doing is we're trying to stack up the triggers so that when I finally start using Cynic of Tides, it's going to be amazing. I'm keeping the cast down as a defensive measure against a ram through because I've been rammed through both games right now. Phrasing. Let's see. So we're keeping up that so that I can kill something in response to the ram through. Which ironically, they can ram through their ram through. So now I think they'll consider doing a ram through because those creatures are starting to look real nasty. Now we see this. We see mana open. And that's concerning. Nothing has trample. Nothing has trample. But I can do 3 damage. I have 5 mana. We'll go in for 5. I will take the 5 because I have no concern about gaining that life back. Now, I might be wrong, and I've definitely done my math wrong in the past, but this feels okay. Second main. Decisions must be made. Ram through. Targeting Cerul's Packmate, targeting Marauding Blight Priest. Now, it's not fighting, it's just damage. So, immediately that's concerning to me. This is what I've been waiting for. I assume that's all they have. I'm going to cast down the Packmate. They are going to, in response, ram through Packmate, targeting the other Blight Priest. Why? Because I can. Successfully completed. 2 ram throughs are out. Cerul's Packmate is out. 1 Marauding Blight Priest, the back one technically, is out. That is all I'm able to do because I did that instead of spending mana on something else. So that's the turn. Okay, Veteran Armorer. Pretty good actually now because of the ram through. So I'm gonna play it. Also, it's just a 2-bet. Now I am out of my ability. I do kind of want to draw cards though instead. So I'm gonna gain some more mana, hopefully. Lose a life, 2 life, gain 1 life. Marauding Blight to extort, so I'm paying 3 to do this. They lose 1 life, then they lose another life because of Marauding Blight Priest. I draw 2 cards. Get an untapped land. Tap 3. Do the same again. 1 life. 2 life. Veteran Armorer. All creatures besides the Armorer gain 1 additional toughness. Which is ironically exactly what we needed. Untaps, upkeeps, draw. Forest. Okay, 6 mana available. 6 mana doesn't really do what we need to do. I can kill with the Veteran Armor, and I will definitely do so if we need hijinks to happen here. So first and foremost, we go on... No, on the attack would be awful. It just profitably blocks. The Veteran Armor, it did what it needed to do. Veteran Armors are great for combats, apparently. Now, this is not a real, controlling matchup, but it definitely has some potential where we needed it. Okay, so we go in for that attack. And we will pass the attacks because this is just not looking good for our hero. Instead, we will already play a land for the turn. I will play a Visionary because not a lot of removals happening right now. More Penumbra Spiders. Okay, so we have all the Penumbra Spiders, and I can play 2 of them next turn, along with a ram through. But I need a bigger creature to ram through the Marauding Blight Priest. Crazy. I'll keep draw. Basilica Guards. Okay. 1, 2, 3. To do, let's do 4. Nah, 3. Nah. Okay, math. Yeah, it's fine. I will Basilica Guard. And I will extort 1. 2 life lost. And I will Cynic of Tides for no value. Each of these creatures gains an additional toughness. Pass the turn. Maybe I should have kept the Lead the Stampedes in with the big green deck. Just not getting what I need right now. But that's sometimes life. I mean, honestly, what was my sideboard here? None of these cards are my sideboard cards. Okay, the Penumbra Spreads are sideboard cards, but I would have put them in anyway. So I'm not actually losing anything so far to having taken out the Lead the Stampedes. If that makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4. Penumbra. 1, 2, 3, 4. Penumbra. Soon we'll have Exodia. Alright, so there we go. And Ash Baron. Which 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm fine with just cycling the Ash Baron. But I can't do it without losing out on a beautiful, beautiful, yeah, beautiful, beautiful Extort trigger. So I'm not gonna play it. I'm not gonna cast it. I'm just gonna put it in my hand. Cycle it. I'm gonna put it in my hand. So I play Basilica Guards, extorting 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Each time I extort, I gain 1 life. My opponent loses the life, and then loses another life to the Marauding Right Police. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Not bad. Alright, and that again has an increased toughness. And they have blockers. There's 1. We have blockers. What am I saying? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, profitable blocks. On top, I'll keep draw. What is this feeling? Loathing. Did I take out Rancors? I think I took out a Rancor. Penumbra. Still not profitable attack. Still literally just unprofitable attack. Draw a card. Okay, Night's Whisper is really good. Okay, so we will swamp. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do 4. And I'm going to. So we're gonna Night's Whisper, extort 4 times. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Oh, went the wrong way. And I draw 2 cards, but they're already dead. But I'm going to see what I would have drawn. Lone Missionaries, which I could have just Lone Missionaried that, and Lone Missionaries would have actually triggered the Extort effect. But I just won the game without ever swinging in. That's what this is. This deck is called, actually. It's called Pact of Nonviolence. Or Vow of Nonviolence, whatever you want it to be. I can't believe how good Veteran Armorer was. And now, granted, this green deck doesn't have a lot of removal, but wow. Just wow. Alright, so let's review. For the green deck, Circle Protection was... for the white deck, Circle Protection was crucial. Getting out the Marauding Black Police actually was crucial in order to make it so that I could effectively kill someone through all of that. The Veteran Armorers, which I only put 2 of in there, essential. They made blocking in that matchup, which was more of a mid-rangey matchup, exceptionally necessary and helpful. I don't know if it'd do good against like a Sliver matchup. I'll have to try that later, but definitely helped where we needed to be. I do think that Chainer's Edict wasn't that great in this matchup, but it did do great work against like the untargetable threats like Blastader. But honestly, my creatures profitably blocked that with Lone Missionaries and Thraben Inspectors. Feed the Swarm still would have been good if the enchantments were ever played that I was concerned about. Mostly it's there for creatures though. Night's Whisper was essential. My friend was absolutely right. We need more card draw. The sideboard tech is not bad, and Prismatic Strands might need to stay in there for those, but I don't know what I'd take out, because I don't want to take out any more creatures. Maybe the Feed the Swarm? Maybe, no, I'd take out Chainer's Edict. Chainer's Edict, put it in Prismatic Strands, boom. Live and learn. Meanwhile, the green deck. Big Green lost to a B- tier deck. Surprising. And with perfect knowledge, too. I mean, I've walked into a few things that you would have obviously kind of walked into. But, yeah, Penumbra Spider is still a beast. It is entirely exceptional when it comes to dealing with removal. Secret Tribe Elder is still helpful getting you up there. The Packmate is strong. It was the one creature that destroyed things. Silverback Shaman is still essential. It just, when it dies, it's happy. When it lives, it's happy. Landwar Visionary is a little slow, but I do feel it's like the mid-range that we needed. I think I had to choose. And again, I never drew a Return to Nature or a Pulse of Marassa, so technically I didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't get my set. But I think Lead the Stampedes is more crucial than some of these. So I think maybe I would have taken out the Pulse of Marassa. Nah, Pulses are essential with the life swings that we were dealing with, so probably cut out 2 Return to Natures, put in 2 Lead the Stampedes if we were to do that again. Just because I need those creatures. Maybe. And I didn't cut any Rancors. I've been drawing Rancors all night, but unfortunately, eventually you just stop drawing Rancors. But anyway, that's it. I'm afraid that it's getting late in my time zone, actually. My time zone is not the Pacific time zone, but thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will be streaming normally on Fridays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. But unfortunately, I did change things up a little this week. I had an event that I needed to go to Friday. I will be back on Sunday to do some more deck building. I'll probably be doing some editing on my Is It Control deck, as well as... I'll figure something else out. I think I'm going to build a green auras deck. I love green, so I'm sorry for those of you who don't like green. If you don't like green, comment. Why did I build an Is It Control deck when I hate islands and love green? Because a person told me I should. I'm pretty susceptible to those kinds of suggestions. But anyway, please feel free to go to the YouTube channel if you're looking for some more videos. Right now, I'm really behind on editing videos. It's kind of my first time starting up with that, so I do apologize. But I am going to get us some videos for this Friday to replace the stream that we're missing. I'm not going to be able to post them on Twitch, but they are on the YouTube channel that you can see in the link. Feel free to subscribe there, or just think, if you get bored, type in Wizard's Den. And feel free to leave comments there if you want me to build any particular type of deck. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I will see you either Sunday or Friday of next week. I might do a random stream every now and again because it was kind of nice to do it on the Wednesday and do like a self-battle check. Maybe we'll like stop punching myself Wednesdays or something like that. But yeah, thank you very much, you both, for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great week, have fun games, and stay safe. Peace.